What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video where we will have some huge updates on Sven Botman's, the Dutch centre-backs, who is an absolute giant at 6'4", imminent and possible transfer to Liverpool, because many journalists now updated us on the situation. The Sunday World are reporting that Liverpool are actively pursuing Sven Botman and other transfer targets. Jurgen Klopp also spoke out on Liverpool potentially signing a centre-back in the January transfer window, so I will have Jurgen Klopp's interview for you guys in this video as well. We will also preview the Southampton-Liverpool match tonight. Let me know what are your predictions down below, and if you are excited about these new transfer videos, leave a like, subscribe if you are new around here. But we have to begin the video with very sad news. Gary and the Pacemakers legend Gary Marsden sadly passed away, I think yesterday, aged 78. He is the world famous musician who sang the Liverpool's matchday anthem "You Will Never Walk Alone." He didn't write it, but he sang it, and I think his band made it famous. And Marsden was a treasured member of Liverpool, the city, and the Liverpool FC family, and he will be dearly missed by many fans. I of course listened to that song countless amount of times. It's probably my favorite song in the whole world, and it's fitting that through the club's pre-match anthem, the Gary and the Pacemakers singer's work will continue to be immortalized, and he will be forever remembered for that. You will never walk alone, Gary, and because of you, neither will all the Liverpool fans around the world. So Liverpool are looking through many potential transfer targets, including Sven Botman, as reported by the Sunday World newspaper. And the 20-year-old Dutch defender has emerged as one of the most wanted defenders in Europe, and after catching the eye in the French league after his move from Ajax to Lille last summer. But Liverpool could face competition from Manchester United as the race to sign Sven Botman reaches boiling point. That's what the Sunday World is reporting, with sources close to Botman have indicated that Liverpool have expressed an interest in signing him this month. Man United looks set to join the race, and also Liverpool legend John Aldridge said this: Liverpool have to sign a defender in this transfer window, or I fear they won't have enough to hang on to the Premier League title. It won't be easy to find the right transfer in January, but they have no choice other than to try. And Liverpool are actively pursuing a host of targets, not just Sven Botman, but other transfer targets. We are keeping many irons in the fire, if you like. Club insiders have claimed that they do not expect to make any major signings in January, but several agents are aware of interest in their players, with Botman and Brighton's Ben White among those on Liverpool's watch list. Jurgen Klopp and the club's transfer committee have opted to target young players who rather than experienced defenders, with an eye on the new arrival being trained and developed to become the successor of Joan Matip, who is quite injury prone. Meanwhile, Netherlands manager Frank de Boer has revealed that he's hopeful Van Dijk will be fit for the Euros this summer, and he's hopeful that he will return sooner than expected. And the Turkish journalist claims that Liverpool are looking to sign Sven Botman for around 20 million euros, which is around 18 million pounds. And you might ask yourself, why would a Turkish journalist know anything about this? Sven Botman has 3 teammates who are from Turkey at Lille, if I'm not mistaken. And the journalist Ekrem Konur said Liverpool are in talks with Lille executives for Sven Botman. Lille demand 20 million euros for Sven Botman's signature, and he's a very highly rated transfer, and he's one for the future, definitely, at just 20 years old. And Jurgen Klopp was also saying that Liverpool are actively looking at players in the January transfer window. He said, we have obviously solutions in the squad, but we struggled still with injuries for most of the time with the centre-half position. It can happen like this. When it starts, it does not stop. We have solutions with the squad, but if we can do something in the window, then we will. It is like that. It is a very difficult transfer window in January, as you can imagine. Not all the clubs have real money in the middle of the pandemic. Just doing something for the sake of it doesn't make sense, but doing the right thing, bringing in the right kind of player for the right kind of transfer fee makes sense. So far we have really liked what we have done in the transfer window in previous years, and Jurgen Klopp also expects a much closer title race this time around. Last season was very tough for us as well. It was not as we thought, oh my god, this is easy, the Premier League is easy. It was really tough, and this year it is tough again. I'm not surprised the title race is that close. We have our situation and all the other clubs have their situation. Our season is so far so good, not more, not less. We try to be ready for each game. Now Southampton will ask for different things than Aston Villa in the FA Cup, than Manchester United. This season is a tough one for the supporters. If you are a neutral, you will love it, and I'm pretty sure it will go to the wire probably, but it is tough for all of us, which is the reason why it is so close. And also I read some of your comments, and some of you were saying that James Pearce has confirmed that Liverpool are not preparing a move for highly rated centre-back Sven Botman. James Pearce of course has close connections with Liverpool, and he said no talks over a deal for Sven Botman, Liverpool not considering a move for him. Sounds like someone is trying to drive up the price or the interest in the Lille defender. But we have to be very careful with this, because James Pearce, even days before Liverpool announced Thiago, said that we are not signing Thiago, we are not interested in him. Many Liverpool-based journalists, including Liverpool Echo journalists and others, said that Thiago is not coming to Anfield, and they are not aware of talks between Thiago and Liverpool, between Bayern Munich and Liverpool, and bang, a few days later Thiago was announced and as an official Liverpool player, months after Thiago have been first linked with Liverpool. So I would take what James Pearce said and says with a pinch of salt, because Liverpool are keeping their cards very close to their chest. Since the Van Dijk Southampton fiasco, Liverpool don't want to reveal basically anything to their closest journalists, and many times, like with Jota, like with Thiago, it's actually foreign journalists from abroad and not English journalists who know the most about these imminent transfer deals happening. And I also want to talk about Sven Botman a little bit more in detail. He is 193 centimeters tall, he's left-footed, who plays for Lille. He's accustomed to playing in a high line and covering four attacking fullbacks, so he would suit Liverpool's style of play. He has a great reading of the game and makes his defensive actions look easy. He's very rarely unsuccessful. His 71% aerial success percentage in League One shows that Sven Botman is great in the air. He has a 77% ground duel success rate. The numbers are similar to Virgil van Dijk before Van Dijk signed for Liverpool. Against Ibrahimovic, for example, he won 5 out of 6 aerial duels in their first encounter, a dominant aerial performance. Botman rarely goes to ground. Instead, to deal with pacey, tricky forwards, he uses his strength and game intelligence. He does have a good turn of pace, but he isn't at Van Dijk's or Gomez's level of speed. He's quite slow to get off the mark, but his long legs give him a good burst of acceleration. His unique passing style makes him a fantastic ball-playing centre-back. He's composed on the ball, and his long balls are key in professing the ball up and progressing the ball up the pitch. His signature pass is a curling through ball with his left foot. This has created numerous chances for the attackers at Lille. He has some weaknesses. Sometimes he gets overexcited and sticks too close to his man rather than dropping off. This happens very rarely though. Despite his height, he doesn't attack the ball in offensive set pieces. He has the strength and ability to raise in the air and to jump high, but he doesn't score many goals. So overall, Botman is a very good ball-playing centre-back who is a must-buy for Liverpool. He has been one of the best centre-backs in the world this season and will only get better with experience. Anything under £30 million for him is a great price. He genuinely has Virgil van Dijk potential, in my opinion. And also, great French Football News tweeted that nobody in Europe's top 5 leagues who has challenged for more than 100 duels in 2020 has a better success ratio than Sven Botman at Lille, which is 73.4% according to Opta stats. So that is a great success duel percentage, and I'm really hoping that Liverpool sign Botman. Let me know what do you think about all these these sources that I mentioned in the video. And Andy Robertson also previewed 2021, the title race, and what he expects from Liverpool. Obviously, we are still top of the league. Of course, we would have liked to be top by a couple of more points than we have. The last couple of games have been really frustrating for different reasons, but we are entering the new year top of the league and looking to kick on now. Hopefully we can put a run of wins together that can cement our place at the top, but we know it's not going to be easy. I think this season has shown that from every team. We need to be at our best to win games of football this season. I've watched Southampton probably since the 9-0 defeat against Leicester. They really kicked on after that point. I think a lot of people were concerned at that point, but that was when maybe the shake-up that they needed. Since then they have been one of the best teams in the Premier League, a really good manager, and you can highlight Dan Ings' importance, his goals and assists, but they have so many good players. The midfield, Ward-Prowse, Armstrong are so good. The defense has got a lot more solid, and they are keeping a lot more clean sheets. Robertson said they are a really tough team to play against, a really tough opponent. Like probably every other game, we need to be at our best to get anything from this game, and hopefully we can get a positive result. And Robertson even set a points target for Liverpool for this upcoming season. He said over the last 2 or 3 years, and no disrespect to Newcastle or West Brom, but last season we would have won those games. If you had 2 points to every one of those games, then the league table is looking a lot different, and we are still sitting pretty happy top of the league. But you know, this season is going to be unique. I think there are 7 or 8 teams, once the games in hand have been played, that are within 3 points of us at the top, and it's going to be a unique season. I think I can comfortably say it's not going to be 97 or 98 points that is going to win the league this season. It's probably going to be in the 80s, because it is that tight and everyone is taking points off each other. We need to stay in the race, and that's what we have done so far. Of course, the last 2 games have been very disappointing, especially Newcastle. We could have probably played all night. The amount of chances we had, I think Darlow would have kept every one of them out the way he was playing. You sometimes get games like that. So thankfully, we haven't had too many games like that in the last couple of years, but we had it the other night. It's just now we need to kick on in 2021. We need to go on a run of games where we win. We of course need to pick up more away points and keep picking up maximum points at home, and let's see where we end up. It's a unique season. Hopefully we end up on top. For 2021 as a whole, I hope it ends in success. The last 2 years we have been lucky enough to get on our hands on a big trophy, and of course we want to strive for more. We know the hard work and everything that needs to go to win any sort of trophy, and we are determined to do so, to work hard and win the trophies. Obviously we will get Verge back in 2021 at some point. I'm not sure that will be anytime this season, but he will get back, and it's been great having him and Joe Gomez around the players and be able to see them and put a smile on their faces as well. Hopefully those boys and all of the injured boys are back on the pitch real soon. So it's a real rallying cry by Robertson. Jurgen Klopp said that Thiago is in contention to start against Southampton, which is great news, I think. This game at Newcastle gave us the opportunity to play Thiago, because it was mainly about creating, and that's obviously his best skill. So we will see. There is a good chance. He played 20 minutes, so there is a chance, but I don't even know how he reacts until Thursday. We will see if he can get out of bed or not. If he has some kind of muscle soreness or something like that. He enjoyed the few minutes, obviously, and then we will talk about if he starts against Southampton. I like speaking about Thiago. It's obviously absolutely no problem. But honestly, the boys who did the job so far did exceptionally well, I have to say. It's not that we could not survive if we cannot start the next game, but it's very good that Thiago is now fit and is obviously in contention. I like that a lot. You could sense Jurgen Klopp is as excited about Thiago playing for Liverpool as we are, and I can't wait to watch him play tonight. He's such a joy to watch. And Jurgen Klopp also talked about Joan Matip's injury. We have solutions in the squad. But yes, we struggled still. The injuries we had now from a specific moment happened most of the time in the centre half position. That's clear. It's because some players are injured. They play pretty quick, like Joel, and then get injured again. I don't know how to say it, but it just can happen like this. And when it starts at one point and it doesn't stop, we have solutions in the squad. And if we can, or if we will, do something in the window, I don't know. Doing something makes no sense. Doing the right thing would make sense, but doing something we will definitely try. So far, as long as we are in the situation we are, We have to deal with it. I liked Nat Phillips' performance against Newcastle. I really liked what he did. He's just an absolutely clear, completely clear boy. Knows about his abilities and he's using it and he's just doing the job. He helped us a lot. It was clear he would play at Newcastle because we have three centre-halves in the moment. So if Reece Williams would have played again, then Nat wouldn't have played for 5 or 6 weeks, which makes no sense because he needs rhythm as well. We have to think a lot, obviously, about these kind of things. He did a really good job. And he was asked, Jurgen Klopp, about what Curtis Jones could learn about the West Bromwich game and especially his mistake where he gave the ball away and West Brom scored from a corner. After that, it's very important. So this situation, that's the world and the football world. You make a lot of good stuff and in one thing you hit an opponent when you want to play a pass or you pass a little bit too late and everybody is talking about it. So 100% he will learn from things like this. Definitely. It's a very intense period for him as well, and how he did so far is absolutely outstanding. So I'm really happy about everything, and that football players make mistakes or make wrong decisions. I knew that before. That can happen, especially when you get tired. That was for sure the case in the West Brom game, but again, against Newcastle, a top game. Curtis Jones is a really good player, so it's all good. And I'm really happy and excited that Jurgen Klopp is now playing Curtis Jones very regularly, mainly because of our injuries, but also because Curtis Jones is good enough. He is very good. And Gary Neville also said this about the title race. It was a big win when Man United beat Aston Villa. I'm looking forward to that Liverpool game, not because I'm here thinking United can go to Anfield and win, but because Man United have become competitive out of nowhere. I remember sitting at Old Trafford after that Manchester derby that ended in 0-0, sat with Roy Keane and Richards and saying that Chelsea, Liverpool and Tottenham were far ahead of the two Manchester clubs at this moment in time. If you would have said at the start of the season or even 5 weeks ago that Man United would be level with Liverpool, I've said no chance, that can't happen. That shows how unusual this season is. What Manchester United have is a lot of match winners. Cavani, Martial, Mason Greenwood, Bruno Fernandes, Paul Pogba, Marcus Rashford, game changers. They do it in moments and they don't always have to be playing well. When you have those players on the pitch, the performances are getting better. It's a work in progress. It's not by any stretch the finished article. At times in games they mesmerize you for 10 minutes and then can turn into a nightmare for 10 minutes. But there is confidence building, something is growing. That's a spirit. There is a spirit at the end of the game with the players celebrating. I think a couple of years ago I said quite publicly at times there was a team I didn't like watching wearing those red shirts. I see that team now, and I felt last season they looked a lot happier, and this season they seem happier again. Who knows? I don't think Man United will win the league. I don't think they are quite there yet, but I didn't think they would be anywhere near at this stage, and they are. For that, we will look forward to that trip to Anfield with great glee. I hope we can tweak the tail of the tiger a little bit more. So of course Gary Neville would love nothing more than for Man United to get something at Anfield, but I think that's a crucial game for Liverpool in the title race, just like tonight against Southampton. Man City put down a marker yesterday by blitzing Chelsea 3-1, and it should have been 4 or 5. Let's hope Liverpool can do something like that going to Southampton tonight. Really looking forward to that game. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day, see you later, goodbye.